Yo, how's that video doing? I saw it was at like 400K. What's it at now?
So by the way, boys, we are rolling. We can just cut right into the episode. But what I will tell you is this: it went up to like 700K.
Nice.
But you know what's the bullshit thing, Mark?
I got restricted. Yeah.
Not only did it get restricted, it got nerfed. Meaning, like, firstly, it got taken down from YouTube, and they were like, "Oh, it's promoting dangerous content." Blah blah blah.
Which is such horseshit.
So they took it down. We put in an appeal. And within 3 seconds, it was back online. Dude, it went right back into the algorithm. It was pulling like 50 to 100, 200,000 hits.
Shit.
Boom. YouTube hits me with, now only people that are signed in over 18 can watch your video. My man, that went to 0.
Wow.
You know how like you could check it on the last...
Which is bullshit because everyone's signed into YouTube.
Yeah, literally.
So
but you know what it is? You would think so, but I guess not. A lot of people are watching it on their TV or their iPad.
Yeah, you guys have been killing it lately though. Like the clips are going crazy.
Dude,
like,
everything. We haven't. I don't think we've hit a video less than 1,000 or I would say 5,000 views since we had that momentum. It's been wild,
consistency, man. Bro. You guys are just like you keep banging it out. It's like that thing. It's a snowball effect, bro. That snowball just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
It's so true. And like another thing I will say real quick is you could see on YouTube. On Instagram. It's like you've posted every week for like almost 30 weeks now. So I'm like the fact that Instagram lets you know that consistency is obviously like a very big part of the game.
I think, opposite of me right now,
dude.
I haven't posted every week for like 30 weeks.
For what it's worth, though, man, like with you, Mark, it's your quality of content was just you went stupid. Like literally, like your third clip, you kind of did better than an all-time video.
I know,
and that was like it was that third one when you were like getting jacked and shit, and you were like riding on your cycle. I think it's like you were like at some national park. You were Bear Mountain. Yeah, dude, I think that one did over like 150K views off a rip.
Well, dude, what happened was like, dude, all the videos, like this is what happens to me when I fucking like the internet gods want me to be on the internet, and I'm just like fuck off. But like I'll post a couple videos and it'll go stupid. Like realistically, like for someone to have a 37 million view video as like one of their first videos back posting in like years, like that's ridiculous,
dude.
And for me to just like drop it off and be like, yeah, I did it, and then just like step away, it's so stupid. I get it. Like it's
that's
ridiculous.
Just so wild, bro. And I think that you have to 100% get back into the social game. We've obviously spoken about that before. So I was talking with Tony earlier, and I'm like, bro, we got to recap UFC 328.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm like, yo, let me hit up Mark to get in the chair because I feel like you know the fight game so well. Yeah. You're like our Joey Diaz, like guy that always
Joe Rogan, like guy like you just watch it on a consistent basis, you know, background.
I'm just the guy who, if you want to make some money, bet on everything against what I bet on.
Oh my god,
fade Mark all the way through. It was insane though, man, because we had this one clip go viral. In our standards, it was viral. It was like what we got like 20-30K, and dude, we were getting clowned. They're like, bro, you guys are worse than casuals. We're like, yeah, we gotta bring somebody else. And I could speak better to it because, dude, we were getting
we are getting better. We are getting better. And we got to get like some tickets to an upcoming UFC event. As we said, they just did Prudential Center. It was UFC 328. Let's do this, boys. Let's start with the main event, break that down, and then let's go backwards like 2 or 3, 4 fights before that. So, like, you guys let me know, like, did you guys think that the ruling was fair at the end? Because I know that the scorecard was like 49-48. It was like a razor-close fight.
Yeah, split decision,
So, what are you guys thinking? Like, did you think it was a fair result or what?
I would say you could have... It depends what you care about, right? And I think when you look at the entire fight as a whole, it's exactly how we all predicted it was going to happen. Khamzat was going to wrestle, and honestly, he had a lot of control. He had a lot of ground control, but dude, there was no ground and pound. He didn't get like top guard at all. He didn't do anything when he had Strickland. He tried to submit him a few times, but I mean, Strickland was very calm, very protecting his hands at all time with that, and nothing ended up coming out of it. Yeah. So round one, I think we could all definitively say though, it was a Khamzat round.
Oh, right.
Like hands the fuck down.
Yeah, it was.
Second round, it was all Strickland. Like when, and you could tell Khamzat was already gassed for that 5 minutes. He was cooked. I mean, dude, what did he lose? Like 36 pounds?
People are throwing out numbers. We don't know what's actually accurate.
Right.
But what I will say about the second round, when Strickland stuffed that takedown, that was when Khamzat realized, like oh shit, like this isn't going to be an easy guy to just dominate. You got to remember, Strickland is like a blue collar guy. Like, dude, he's a guy that works his ass off. He hustles in the gym like a motherfucker. He spars harder than any other guy in the UFC. So when he's sitting in there with Khamzat knows this is a guy that if I stand and bang with him and I try to play his fight style, it's going to be a problem. And he had no choice but to do that. When Strickland stuffed that takedown, I think that was Khamzat's wake up call. Like, oh, I can't just take this guy down and confuse him. Like
did you think it was fair though? Did you think that Khamzat deserved the loss? Did you think that the fight lived up to its hype?
I think it did. Yeah, for sure.
I think so for sure. I think a lot of it had to do with Strickland's style was the whole fight. Yeah, Strickland's on his back foot coming back, but when you're fighting a wrestling dominant fighter, that's what you have to do. If you go towards a wrestler, they're going to take you down and destroy you. So you have to fight on your back foot. You got to keep moving. He's stuffing takedowns. He's doing everything perfectly against a wrestling dominant fighter. And then sure enough, he just did more damage. At the end of the day, he was doing a lot more damage.
He did more damage, but this is going to be an unpopular opinion. I actually genuinely think that Khamzat took that fight.
You're stupid. No shot.
Listen,
no shot. We watched two different fights.
You can call it stupid. You can call it whatever you want. But here's the thing: UFC doesn't judge their fights based off one metric being like strikes. Like, how would you compare 7 versus 0 takedowns versus one guy having 100 strikes? Like, what does that translate to? Okay, it doesn't exactly.
But if you do have 7 takedowns, you don't really do a ton of damage. Those takedowns don't really mean as much.
Yeah, but
it's more so who did the most damage to the opponent and who was kind of dominating.
And you're right. I agree with you. And that's why, if I'm not mistaken, Khamzat had way more significant strikes versus.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did. Don't get me wrong. Strickland had more hits, more strikes, but
he was jabbing the whole time.
He was jabbing the whole time
from like a distance. You know,
I think it's also you got to take into account, ready, and I think there's something. I think where that misconception can come from. When we look at takedowns and everything, you could have one round. You could have 30 takedowns, right? So on the stats at the end of the fight, it'll be like 30-0, right? But if you didn't do shit or do anything as meaningful, I think where Strickland was more dominant in the other rounds, you're still going to lose that fight. Doesn't matter what the stats say at the end of it. It's what you do round for round. And I personally believe that Strickland won 3 out of 2 rounds, hands down. I would say you'd give him round 2. I would say you'd give him round 4 and 5. I would say that's the best way.
It was close. It was tight.
It was a tight fight. It was a tight fight. And you bring up a good point. Excuse me, talking about how like someone could dominate the first round but then get cooked.
Yeah.
And we saw that in the Joshua Taira fight, the co-main event.
Dude, Joshua's
because Taira came out and Taira literally had like 4 or 5 tackles in the first round.
Dude, yeah, Taira.
But in the second round, Joshua Van hit him with that one right. Dude, he went down.
I disagree with the stoppage. I think you let some guys like that fall in your sword. It was a little early.
Yeah.
Because you think so?
He was still defending himself.
Yeah,
he was going down, but he's still defending
himself.
Here's
the thing. When they stopped the round, but when they went into the next round, he just cooked him.
Oh, no. We're talking about the stoppage at the end of the fight.
At the end of the fight. We're talking about the end of the fight. That was the only thing I didn't like. Because I think personally, like, you know what that reminded me of? And we could all also have the same argument. It's when Pereira fought Izzy. And Izzy's like, he's still weaving and wobbling. And they waved it off. I felt like that was the same exact stoppage there. It's insane. Because he did get rocked.
Do you think that Izzy got cut off early?
I think Izzy got cut off early, yeah. In that fight against Pereira, like when Pereira won.
Dude, it's the UFC. At the end of the day, these guys are in there. They know what they signed up for.
Yeah.
If the ref is gonna jump in and stop it, you got to jump in when it's time. When that guy still has his hands up or he's still blocking and defending himself or moving around, don't end that fight.
Don't end the fight, no.
Just because he took what you see as a big strike, don't end up. These guys are literally built different. They're built to survive that shit.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, you're gonna end the fight over what you think the guy got hit hard, but he's still defending himself. That's crazy. This isn't boxing.
One thing I was gonna say though about that fight, I think Joshua Van, like, everyone should give him his respect because people are clowning him still because of that win he got over Pantoja. So Pantoja was like the champ before him, but because of that elbow injury, everyone's been like, "Oh, but Joshua Van's a fraud. He got lucky. That injury sent him back."
No, he holds the belt now.
But that's my point though. He won the belt because of that Pantoja injury. Yeah. So that's the thing.
Prime Pantoja, we might be talking. Dude, this is going to be a crazy.
That one's going to be insane because don't get me wrong, Taira was a boss. I think he got a little unlucky, but I still think Joshua was the more dominant fighter.
Is there a date or a plan for that fight yet, or that's kind of?
But it's going to get announced.
You know that it's definitely going to happen.
Oh, 100%.
It's going to get announced.
When Pantoja's ready, that fight's happening.
Dude, because that's the thing. If he didn't hurt his elbow, like obviously he ended up losing. I think what was it? Unanimous decision, right, for Joshua, or what was it? Or was it?
Yeah, no. No, they ended,
or did it stop it?
Yeah,
he ended early because.
Yo, boys, you know what's gonna be crazy though?
What's up?
This is gonna be wild. So Dana said at one of the press conferences after the fight that Khamzat said he wants to go up in weight, which I think is gonna be good for him, being that he had to shred all that weight. But here's the thing: if he goes to light heavyweight, you know who he's gonna be fighting against? Pereira, all these fucking dude, it's gonna be insane.
Well, no, dude, Pereira's heavyweight now.
Yeah, that's true.
But he'll go down. I think he'll go down.
Wait, he went
Pereira
up.
seems to be able to
only because earlier today I was checking the UFC like the standings.
Yeah,
all like the pound for pound.
His last fight was light heavyweight, but the thing is, for the White House card, he's gonna be fighting.
Speaking of which, I don't want to jump too all around.
No, it's fine. We're good.
But I was gonna say, like, talking about undefeated people, we got to talk about the UFC White House card. And how there's an undefeated fighter, Ilia Topuria, fighting at the main event against Gaethje.
Yeah, that's huge.
What do your boys read? Who's taking it?
So who's?
I would love to see Gaethje taken for America at the White House. But
this is a fact.
Dangerous man.
Yes.
Justin Gaethje is such a dog. I don't think he's as skilled or as a better striker than Ilia Topuria. But dude, the thing about him, like, it's fucking hilarious what they say. He's like autistic. He has like that sense of fighting where like he beat some of the best kickboxers that are way better than him. He's just a dog. He gets scrappy. He gets fucking scrappy. IQ, right? And if he could take Ilia Topuria's power, I think it could be a 50-50 fight.
What do you
Don't
think,
get me
Mark?
wrong though. I think Ilia's still taking it.
I think Ilia Topuria got that concrete fist.
He
bro.
does
When
have a
Ilia
concrete
hits
fist.
you wobble.
Yeah.
But Justin Gaethje's one of those guys where we've seen him stand and bang, bro.
And bang.
Even when was it Max Holloway?
It was Max Holloway.
Yeah,
He went down. He went down there,
they
and
just
he went on the
for
sword
it.
though.
Yeah.
You see, that's how a fight should end though. Like guys just giving everything they got, and you know what? He got smoked and he fell on his face.
They gave the fans what they wanted, bro.
That's the
BMF
thing.
belt, bro. That's what it is.
That's what it
You
is.
to be the baddest motherfucker, you got to do it.
That's literally what it is.
So let's go down the card, and if we forget some of the fights, Mark, if you know I'm pulling that up too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So we know that the co-main event.
We know is going to be Alex Pereira versus Cyril Gane.
Who do you got?
Dude, I think Alex Pereira takes that. I mean, dude, he's just such a dog, bro, and he's such a big fucking dude. 6'5", very skilled kickboxer. Cyril Gane is way past his prime. He's already been submitted multiple times, like against John Jones and against. He's had some wars though with like was it Jiri? I think it was. It was.
Yeah, but also I just want to say really quick. I feel like the fans have lost respect for him since he poked out Tom's eyes like that.
Yes.
The fans have lost a lot of respect for Cyril
To be
Gane.
fair though, that was such a two-sided coin though, because like there was the one side of the fans where it's like, damn, that's fucked up. Like Tom Aspinall should have been given like more time and all that. But on the other hand, people are like, oh, Tom Aspinall's being a pussy. He quit in the ring. So it's
Dude,
so weird.
I don't blame Tom. Bro, think about it. You're fighting in the UFC. You get poked in the eyes multiple times on purpose. We all saw the picture.
And
finger deep, like knuckle deep into the eye.
And dude,
That's
that's
wild.
some hot dog fingers, bro. They ain't no little like fucking.
Yeah.
They're fucking going full.
At that point, like literally, the gloves are keeping their fists closed, like to a certain degree. You're not like poking someone like that, like by accident constantly. Like you're purposely doing that. You're reaching out.
They need
with
to change
your
those
fingers.
gloves, man. They have to do something with
They
those
tried,
gloves.
but the problem was that they were having problems when they were wrestling.
Yeah,
it
the
was
grappling,
making it too tight, and then when they go to grapple, their fingers are like closed, so they went back to the old style gloves.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just part of the game, man. That just sucks on that end. But not to get off track. So we got that. Then Sean O'Malley's fighting. I think remind me who he's fighting again. I forgot that one.
Let me pull up the show.
I forget his name. I think it's like Kotabi or something like that.
I think it was like something like Paredes, like Carlos Paredes. I think it is.
No, it's like Kotabi. It's like an
Kotabi?
Arab name. Yeah, it's like an Arab name.
Let's see that. Yeah, I'm curious to see who that's gonna be.
I saw them in the presser.
Yeah, just type in UFC White House, and Google should just give you the full card. Usually give you that little option so you can see back at it. Yeah. Also, really random stat while you're pulling that up. I think we saw this guy fight. Jeremy Stevens do bare knuckle boxing.
Yo.
Oh, yeah.
He's legit.
He's fighting. He's
a dog.
He's fighting on that card too.
No, he fought
just
previous
fought,
card
yeah.
on the newer card. But dude, listen to this, bro. I was looking at his record, dude. He hasn't won a fight since 2018. How the fuck he still has a job?
He wasn't in the UFC really the whole time.
He had a
right?
gap. He had a gap. Yeah. He had a
yeah.
gap. I think 1 year or something like that. But I was like, God damn, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me how some of these people still stay relevant after not fighting or catching wins for so long.
You know why he's relevant though? You remember that one press conference, Conor McGregor, where he goes, "Who the fuck is that guy?"
Oh,
that was
yeah.
him. That was him.
That's like the whole meme that kept.
I was gonna say a
alive,
guy became a meme.
But you want to be honest? Like he's a nasty fighter,
Dude, he is. He's good.
Like, he's dirty.
He used to, dude. If you look at his record, he's like 25 and like 19 and like 3, like some crazy shit.
Just a brawler, though.
Dude, just
He's
a brawler.
Yeah, but that sounds wild. 25 and 19.
But yo, you gotta think about it. These guys are putting their life on
They're
the
up
line
on the
every
line,
time
bro.
they step
And
in.
dude,
Yeah.
you're making dick money too, which is crazy.
They're the modern day gladiators, bro. I always say it.
They really are though.
That's why you can't blame some of these guys for fixing the fights.
Dude,
like there's been a couple UFC guys that got taken
Recently.
out because they were literally fixing the fights. They were taking a loss on purpose.
Dude, like
while they
Dana-
had bets going against
Really?
themselves. Yeah.
Like there
They
was
thought Sean Brady did it this fight. They called him up before the fight and they were like, "Are you good? Is there any injuries?" Like they wanted to know if something leaked out of his like whatever. Like they just figured that something happened because apparently the stats went from like minus like 150 or whatever. Like it just completely flipped.
yeah, the books
Oh.
changed instantly. Yeah.
What was it? He went to become a favorite. Was that what it
Damn.
was? Or was
Something
it
like
the
that.
opposite?
I didn't
He was
keep
the
up-
favorite.
That's
and then he
really such a
became the
big
dog.
thing, though, in the
It
sports
is,
world. Like,
yeah.
it wasn't Otani in baseball even tied up with that kind of shit.
Yeah, it's like apparently his translator was doing like some bets on him and shit, and dude, they were making a lot of.
Someone was
money.
lost in translation there,
It was a
bro.
lot of money.
Yeah, dude. You know what they
But
call
Brady
that?
was innocent. He actually
Yeah,
wasn't, like,
no.
trying to scheme. Yeah.
Dude, there's been right now with all the gambling apps and all these different ways to bet, like even like Conrad, for example. If you know a way to like kind of read the money lines and like the whatever the stat sheets and everything they're putting up, man, if you know what you're looking for or if you have connections, bro, you throw a 10K bet, come up a couple tens of thousands.
Bro, they all do it, dude.
Dude, did you guys hear about those guys that committed suicide because of the Khamzat
In
result?
Uzbekistan.
Yeah.
I did hear about that,
Apparently
bro.
They sold everything. They
They
put everything
sold
on
their
the line.
wives' jewelry, their cars, their
By the way,
apartment,
you're
all this
an
shit.
idiot if you do that.
You're-
Like,
yeah,
if
that's-
you think that any bet is a lock, you're a fool.
You're full.
Yeah, you're
fucking
straight
Unless
up.
you actually
You're
have
clown.
inside information, like the guys capturing Maduro, that was a lock,
Dude, yeah,
And
that
now
was
we're
it.
going in. Like,
Yeah.
that guy.
Someone be off like a bandit on that.
Yeah. Well, he I think he's gonna get pardoned. I hope he gets pardoned Because he bet on themselves. If he had said like, "Oh, they don't capture Maduro," and then they fuck up the mission, then that would have been a problem.
That's like totally
right.
Yeah,
right.
That's still so nuts, though. That fact that they literally, I heard about that, and it was like a freaking soldier. I'm like, God dang! But the problem, you know what it was?
It gives them a heads up.
It was even before like Trump even announced they were going to do the raid or anything.
Oh,
like that.
they never announced it. Yeah,
no,
they just went in and did it.
They wouldn't did it. Damn.
Crazy.
So it is dangerous because let's say if Maduro's team or whatever was following all these
Kalshi,
odds, and then they see someone places a massive bet that he's going to get captured, and then that night like they get stormed. It's like
all right, someone knew something.
Yeah,
here.
that was your heads up.
It was something. Speaking of Kalshi too, I don't know if you boys saw that one guy also that bet on the ceasefire. Somebody made like 100 million anonymously. Like some stupid number, and people go, "Was Barron Trump?" I'm like,
everyone keeps saying Barron Trump.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Bro, what if Barron Trump is like sitting at home, like calling his dad? He's like, "All right, what's the next?
What's the next move? What are you gonna push this time, dude?" I think
the praise to Allah. Did you guys see that? But it was like the odds of Donald Trump saying praise to Allah on Easter, and it was like literally like less than 1% chance he did it, and then he puts out a tweet, and at the very end of the tweet, praise to Allah. So whoever had a bet that Donald Trump is gonna say praise to Allah on Easter, they made like 1,000 times their money.
But yeah, let's talk about this, guys, because the prediction markets have really changed the whole game.
They're huge, man. They're
it's
huge.
pretty much like gambling on anything and everything.
Everything.
Even all the stock market brokers and platforms, trading platforms, even they're all adopting the prediction markets. If you go on freaking Robinhood, you could bet on who's going to win the Chiefs and the Giants game, dude. It's stupid, man.
Let me ask you boys this, because I'm not as informed in like that prediction market. How are they backed up by the money? Like, how do they determine? Is like polymarkets
player versus player.
Oh, okay,
so
gotcha.
There's no one actually like making the odds, and it's literally player versus player. So whoever's betting on this versus that's it.
So the only way for it to exist,
and they just take a small cut.
Dude, we spoke about this. You could even vote. I'm not even kidding you, boys. On like who's going to be the next mayor of some random small municipality in Romania, bro. You can bet on anything, bro.
Humans have been doing this for years. Like my dad told me stories of like his friends back in the day. They'd be at the bar and they would bet on which raindrop is going to get to the bottom of the glass first.
Yeah.
So like men are just always looking for.
Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah. Dude, people will bet on anything, bro.
Dude, that is wild.
You guys got to look into this one sketchy. I don't know if you guys ever heard about like the 1x bet platform. It's like a Russian-based one. Ready? Same kind of thought process, right? Okay. But think of it this way. Think about all of us, right? We're just hanging out here and we work for this betting company. They'll put us in like soccer cleats and suits, and we're just a bunch of randoms. And we'll be white team versus blue team. And there's people betting on our game. And we're a bunch of regulars, by the way. Dude, and it's for hundreds of hours. 24/7, 365. All these random just Russian citizens are just playing random sports all day, and you can just gamble on them. You have no knowledge on them.
I got to say, those are the easiest things to rig ever. There's no names to these. It's just people wearing a colored shirt, and they're versing another colored shirt.
And dude, they're these random freaking tents in Russia. Just like playing in like these indoor fields.
That's genius. It's actually brilliant.
It's tennis. It's everything, bro. And dude, they have even this one I saw. They were like sitting down soccer where they're just kicking a ball and you're at a table. You're just trying to get it past each other, bro. Unreal. But yeah, dude, betting
because
game.
Dude, like I honestly do believe that like people should have the freedom to gamble. But at the end of the day, like people are getting robbed. Prediction markets, I feel like are a little bit different.
They're a little bit more
when you're gambling on an online casino, like you're not gonna win. You might have wins every now and then, but overall they're gonna win. Or else the casino wouldn't exist.
No,
absolutely. Vegas,
absolutely.
Like they know exactly what they're doing. Like you play a slot machine, you're not gonna win.
Well,
oh my god, yeah. So many people are doing it like mindlessly too, just like scrolling slots, whatever it may be.
Dude, that's why one thing that I've learned recently, and it blows my mind, it's how much the casinos are willing to give away for you to just be there 24/7. Like the comped rooms, dude. I didn't realize you don't need that much action. You need a couple $100, and next thing you know, you could go down to AC every week with free.
Keep in mind also, like those free rooms, those are like nothing to them. Those are like, they're literally sitting there empty.
You know why they're empty regardless? So they're like, let me just bring in this dumbass who's gonna throw a couple $100.
The hard part is just getting you in the casino.
Yeah,
and they do it in a way where it's nice and cool. There's no clocks. There's all these ways to entice you to sit down because
it's always round. You don't see the exit.
And it's always deep in there. It's kind of when you go to the supermarket, like
the milk's in the back.
The milk's always in the back.
You gotta walk through everything.
One of those kind of things.
That's how they do it, dude, man. And I think now one of the biggest things we've come to learn, accessibility is everywhere. Dude, you want to gamble right now with a live dealer, pull up your phone, go on Family, go anywhere, and you'll be able to meet a real human, and you can put real money and play in the comfort of your home now. You don't have to drive anywhere.
Not even the comfort of your home, friggin' anywhere. You be driving and friggin' be doing slots.
You know where the bunch of I think the number one country of degenerates is Australia. I think it's some insane stat came out. I can't quote it exactly, but apparently like the youth there, like 70% of people are fucking gambling. Like it's an epidemic.
Australians are just wild.
They don't give a fuck, bro.
Because wasn't Australia started? I might be wrong.
It was founded on prisoners.
Yeah, that's what I was
It was literally founded on prisoners.
Sure, that's like a famous
thing that people have said, but I've always heard that
like the worst from like England and shit. They just
shipped them over there.
And now you just have a bunch of savages just running around on an island.
That's actually a thing,
well,
dude.
Not for nothing, Mark. Like, I don't like a lot of like even like Irish and like that. Also, they're always out there. Like,
if you're in Ireland, you got to go to like Australia, America, or like some of them will go to England.
That is true. You're right.
There's like a massive community of that, bro. But yeah, dude, gambling's a whole other thing.
So, boys, listen, real quick. We got to touch on UFC. There's a lot of shit happening in May. We heard about the Audemars Swatch deal. We also heard. Dude, tell us about the shooting, bro.
Okay, so everyone on the internet has been seeing this dude Chud the Builder goes around. He just finds like every black person he can. He's like, "Do you believe in freedom of speech?" And they're like, "Yeah." And he goes, "All right, what's up?" And says the N-word. But like he does this in like a way where like he's clearly like provoking these people.
Yeah, he's antagonizing them
because it's the internet. Like this is how shit goes viral. You know, if you can get a reaction out of someone, it's gonna go viral.
Of course.
So his whole
clip
thing,
farming is an epidemic right now.
Exactly. His whole thing is going around farming these people for clips, and it all circles back to some coin that he sells on some sort of market or something. Like his name is like attached to some coin, like some crypto,
some fucking meme coin. Which, by the way, it's gonna be a rug pull, and you're all gonna get scammed like all their influencer coin.
It always is. But so today he's coming out of court, and he goes up to this guy. This is all alleged. But he walks up to this guy, or the guy actually might have approached him or something.
Immediately after court,
they start getting into an argument, and he tells the guy like, "Are you gonna start chimping out?" Which like we all know is like you don't go around saying.
Yeah, no, you can't be saying that.
The guy gets pissed. The guy says something to him. He's like, if you're gonna start with me or whatever, like this is gonna get bad. Then the guy sucker punches him. So this is where the problem comes in because it's like, is this considered self-defense? He gets sucker punched, and then he pulls out a gun, shoots the guy in the stomach, and somehow in the process shoots himself in the arm.
Chud the Builder shoots himself in the arm.
Shoots himself in the arm and shoots the guy in the stomach. Chud the Builder. So right now he's in police custody. He's in the hospital, and literally just last week he was literally getting interrogated by, it was some sort of like federal officer or whatever, maybe FBI or something like that, because he got arrested for walking out on a tab at a restaurant, and then they brought him somewhere else, and they like brought him into a room and started questioning him about like the stuff he's doing online. They thought he's like affiliated with some sort of like racist group or something.
Probably some like
terrorist organization.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I pray to God every morning that I don't have to like use self-defense or hurt anybody or anything like that. And literally a week later, he shoots the guy in the stomach.
It's the Second Amendment of America. People should have the right to bear arms, right?
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, I know a shit ton of people that should not have guns.
I agree. I think
I'll tell you that I know a lot of people that they should not have guns, and they do. So in my mind, it's like,
that's a fair statement. But you can't determine just that small group and kind of put it on and overgeneralize with everybody else. That wouldn't be fair either.
Well, you guys know what happened with me the other week, right?
What happened with you?
Town?
No, we don't know this.
All right, so this is like just like a stupid little side story.
iKONIC exclusive.
Yeah,
here we go.
Exclusive.
We get the scoop. What do you got?
So I'm riding my bike around town, and I see this guy walking around with like a full gun with like a fat magazine on the bottom of it, like right next to Buckmiller Park. So he's just walking around with this gun, like down by his side and like pacing back and forth, like a block away from the park.
You sent us a picture of this.
Yeah, I took a picture of it, and I had been walking. I had just rode through the park, so I saw like there's kids ranging from like 8 years old all the way up to like 18 in the park, and like a lot of kids. And I see this guy like pacing back and forth, so I'm like, holy shit. So I take a picture of him. I'm like, all right, I have like a good picture of this guy now. And I'm like, it's like a block or two from the police station. So I ride over to the police station and I tell them, I'm like, I just saw a guy with a gun at Buckmiller Park. I was like, I have a picture of it. And because you have to go in to talk to the cop behind the glass. They give you a phone, so you can't like do anything stupid or whatever.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So I'm explaining it. As I'm explaining it, these cops are just running past me full speed. They like surround the whole park. The guy like disappeared. Like they couldn't find him for shit. But it turns out what it was that stupid game, Senior Assassin, where apparently these seniors are walking around with water guns, and some of them look real. Look so real that like I caused like an entire police response where like the entire town was like looking for this one kid, and he had this brace on his leg, and the cops were all looking at it, and they're like, all right, he's got a bandage thing on his leg. They're like giving out the details. Turns out the bandage thing on his leg was like a pool floaty, because apparently if they have the pool floaty on or goggles, they can't get sprayed by the other kids.
What?
So it was something so simple, but I had the entire
that sounds so stupid, bro.
Oh, it's ridiculous, bro. It's so ridiculous.
That sounds.
I'll send you guys the picture so you can put it in.
We'll put it in. We'll clip it, dude.
Because people need to be able to see, like this is such a simple thing. And man, when I realized what it was, I felt like the biggest fucking idiot.
Dude.
Like I, for the first time, my boy, like I was explaining the situation. He was like, "You really are unk now. Like you don't even know like the shit that's going on."
Yeah, but that's how it is, man. Generations, we just separate. We have different lingo and stuff. Like we were just out at the bar the other night. Tony said to this one guy that's a couple of years older than us, he's like, I was telling the guy it was 5 racks. The guy's like, what is racks?
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I was like, dude, he's like 5,000.
Bro, the terms now it's like every couple of years it gets updated.
It's updated, dude.
If you're on the old software,
there's so much words now. Like Riz, like barely adopted. Like that's gonna be behind us at some point.
You guys know Clavicular?
His balls don't work, bro. He's infertile. he's screwed.
Well, I don't know, because apparently you got a woman pregnant right now. There's a 90% chance on Polymarket with 18
on Polymarket.
Oh
bro,
my god,
with 18 million gambled on it that he has a woman pregnant.
Well, listen,
right now.
I don't put too much on that, because just going back to how we opened up the podcast episode, if you saw the odds for Khamzat versus Strickland,
it was
unreal.
or if you saw the odds of Andrew Tate versus
oh dude, that
Chase
one
Demoor.
guy, Chase Demoor,
dude, it was like 99-1.
Let me.
Dude, I wish I bet on that.
Let me actually ask you about that fight real quick, because this is another thing that's trending right now. So we've kind of seen like Andrew Tate pretty much fall off. He hasn't been in any clips of him or him doing anything crazy. People say, I think, like he got fraud checked against Chase Demoor. I want to get you guys' take on that.
Okay, he's an older guy. Like he's what is he, 41 now?
41, 42,
it's
yeah.
like, dude, he's been out of the game for years. You have to remember, Andrew Tate has a kickboxing record of like 80-something fights.
Yeah,
like,
he was
this is a guy who's a
champion.
savage. Like if you want to talk about a fighter, bro, this guy fought. Like you can go back and watch all his old fights. Andrew Tate was a savage like fighter.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, dude, you're boxing a young cat who's basically like, this is what he do.
He's
Yeah, but Mark,
he is useless.
and I'll tell you what the
boxer,
thing is. I really do like a lot of the shit that Andrew Tate says, and I think
Yeah.
that he's helped men grow in a lot of ways. But what I will say is, he just looked horrible.
He did, yeah. But
And no. And here's my thing.
He
No,
gassed.
and here's my thing, because Chase Demoor looked like shit.
Yeah.
So the fact that
silent.
he destroyed Andrew Tate, I was shocked.
Yeah.
I think everyone was shocked.
But also, he's a big guy. He's probably hard to take down. Like if you're punching him and he's just eating your punches, and you're tired, you're just like, fuck.
Dude, you
but
know
at the end of the day, man,
Yeah.
like when someone gets to that age, 41, you don't have the same stamina. Like you're not able to
Agreed.
go at the
Absolutely
same
not.
point.
To be fair though, just something to kind of touch on that as well, dude. They used to like tease it a little bit that he was gonna fight Jake Paul. Based on that, now, dude, Jake Paul would destroy.
Yeah,
him.
I think so, too.
It wouldn't be close, to be honest.
I think
But
so,
also,
too.
I think the more important thing right now is like, is it worth risking the aura? Like if you're
He's
a
an
big
idiot.
name
It
right
hurt his
now,
brand.
is it worth risking the aura to go fight one of these young cats? Put your name out there, put it on the line for a boxing match, especially when you're not a fighter. Like you haven't been training for years.
No. It's
Maybe
not
you
the
have
same.
been, but like you're not doing it to the level of someone who's
Of an
actually
actual
fighting.
camp.
Yeah.
Like,
so if you're gonna put your aura on the line like that and fight and lose, bro, that's got to be the most like.
This is a rumor. Apparently Mayweather's going broke. Apparently, like he's over leveraged on a lot of his investments. He's not making payments. He's like defaulting on a lot of things. So who knows? But fucking A, man, that fight still sells. It's
I
gonna be
gotta
nuts.
say, like Floyd is like a solid guy because I have some behind the scenes stuff. One of my friends' dad works at Teterboro Airport. He said when Floyd would land in, he would walk every single person he walked past, like everyone working at the airport, $100 bill, $100 bill, $100 bill. So if this guy is just doing that on a random day with no cameras in front of him, no nothing, I'm not surprised that he's out of money.
Yeah,
Remember the videos of the people with the cameras on their heads, the 50 cameras?
Yeah.
It's like the guy's like, he's all duct tape.
He goes, "Hey, can you give me a free pizza? I'm doing it for charity."
It's for the homeless, by
It's
the
for
way.
the homeless, yeah. And it's like somebody else recording him. Like,
Yeah.
Dude, that's the thing now. I don't know if you boys.
Those videos were like a lot of the original videos that went viral from that, they were fake.
They were
like,
fake, oh,
These
yeah.
restaurants were clearly in on it with the guy. They're giving him all this.
No.
Really, it's just a way to promote the restaurant. Yeah, bro, they
Damn,
love that.
I thought those
Dude,
shits
they're
were
so
real.
weird.
He's like
content.
sitting there eating while playing video games. He's got like 50 pies.
No, my favorite was those same kids. They were doing it where they would go and lowball people's cars.
Yeah.
They would be like, "Yeah, man, this thing's a rust bucket, bro. The combobulator's broken," and they would get.
People are like, yo, why are you wasting my time?
Literally be
Yeah.
like, "Yo, get the fuck out of here! Like, why you would bust my balls?"
Oh, that would drive me crazy.
I'll give the new generation a ton of props because when we look at like the role models of these type of pranks, you think the Vitalis, you think the Roman Atwoods, you think all these guys that used to go to like the hood and like harass people and shit.
Yeah.
I think they've gotten way more creative. Like even though I don't know if you guys know about James Hester, he's the guy that would go to. He just got arrested. He's
Sad
faced-
what happened to him. Isn't he facing like up to 20 years or something? Or something
years,
ridiculous?
10 years in
Oh,
prison,
10
yeah,
years.
because he went overboard with one of his Pep Boys pranks. he would go to an open garage. Think about imagine the one on Route 17, right?
Yeah.
He would go in there with a van and it'd be like, "Yo, I'm from corporate. You guys are too slow. My guys are taking over." And just these 10 random dudes would
Bro,
get
like nut jobs, like running in, like with brushes, tools.
literally tools, everything.
They're like pretending to work on all the cars. One guy's like diving underneath the car with a wrench. It's like, bro, like,
and dude, he was doing this on a consistent basis. Dude, and remember,
Like a
I
Ross
showed-
Creations type
I
dude.
showed you the video. He had like the Target ones. He had the Walmart shirts.
Yes,
He had every,
yes,
that's
yes,
the guy we're
yes,
talking
yes.
about. So he got he obviously got arrested recently, and I think he's
I'd say he's a smart guy though, because immediately when the cops arrest you for something like that, the worst thing you can do is sit there and start explaining yourself to the cop. No, shut up. Get a lawyer. Don't.
He was
Don't say
smart.
shit.
He did that exact
He
thing.
did exactly. He waited out. I think with him though, it just sucks. Everything's on the internet,
Yeah.
and he got like third party point of view, so you can't edit anything out.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Aiden Ross though. Aiden Ross is helping him with his lawyer.
With his lawyer, yeah.
Probably unreal.
I think
Like,
I think he was like. It sounds kind of crazy. I think that same lawyer, I think did what's his face's trial. It was somebody else was facing like big RICO charges. I forgot.
Oh really? Like
yeah.
a YouTuber type guy or
No,
Like
the
Young
lawyer.
Thug?
I think it was somebody like that. Yeah, somebody who got off recently, but that's why that's Aiden's lawyer as well. Yeah,
I hope that Heston James gets off. At the end of the day, it's a kid playing jokes. He did go a little too far with that. Like when you're going into businesses and disrupting them, it's that's going to become a problem.
I think it's the fine line with some content, right? Like for example, that's what gets me upset with YouTube. Like we're not promoting anything when it comes to these people that do the crazy stunts and stuff like that. Yeah. And it's not hurting anybody. I mean, don't get me wrong, the kid dies. I mean, that's on him, right? But I hate how that gets censored, but people doing this bullshit, James Hester has 1 million followers.
Okay,
it's wild.
So many other things fly under the radar.
I will kind of side with YouTube here a little bit because I was dead ass thinking about climbing cranes after watching that video.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, dude, I saw a crane the next week and I was like, you know what? I think I could do it. So at the end of the day, I kind of see where they're coming from because for a young impressionable mind, that could be a problem.
Oh yeah. There's also a lot of really weak people that buy into everything that they see on social media, whatever it may be. So
and you know what the other worst thing about the internet is? Those guys make it look way too fucking easy. So
dude, and the pictures look sick. Bro, immediately I'm like, that would go hard on my Tinder profile. Sitting at the top of a crane in New York.
Dude, it's funny. I made a comment on the last episode with him, and I was like, bro, your balls must be fucking heavy big.
Oh, dude,
can you imagine?
That guy's a savage. That whole podcast, that was sick. He's got.
We want to get him back on.
We're gonna get him back on Monday. Yeah,
we're gonna definitely do a part 2 with that one. So if you guys haven't already subscribed to the pod, make sure you do that and get ready because that's gonna be another banger.
Just saw it right now on TikTok. It was if you type in cruise right now, all they're talking about is hantavirus, the hantavirus cruise. But at the same time, though, right, certain things come up like this. The Disney, multi-billion-dollar organization, one of their cruises just got compromised with child predators. Allegedly. And they were allegedly, right? We can't make a claim here yet. But it was It was just workers that were running some kind of child sex ring, and they were employees for the cruise.
I don't know, boys. I'm gonna be real. There's just something very fishy to me about Disney. Because if you look, for example, Epcot, they got the whole town under the ground. And I don't know if you guys ever seen this video. There's a video online. I'm going to have it pop up on the screen. But there's actually a guy that was exploring Disney in those areas that he shouldn't, if that makes any sense. Right. Going up into buildings, back rooms and stuff like this. There's tons of videos like this. And he gets caught by one of the staff being in an area that he shouldn't been. Yeah. And their reaction was just so weird. And you got to get out of here right now type thing. So it's to me that just is very creepy, raises flags.
There is a lot of weird grown men who go there by themselves to Disneyland.
Oh yeah, the whole community, man.
Disneyland is full of
they call them
Disney adults.
Disney adults, yeah. There's a name for them.
I've never been to Disney, so I really don't know what it's about. But as far as I know, it's for kids. If you're an adult going there, we used to have a guy that lived down the street from us. His name was Chester. We used to call him Chester the Child Molester because every year
it just has a ring to it.
Every year this guy would fly to Disney by himself, stay there for a couple weeks, and then come back and be all giddy. And it was
dude,
that's
you're
just
fucking
weird.
Sicko,
As a grown man,
it's expensive.
Yeah, I just don't see.
I don't see. Go to a strip club. It's freaking cheaper.
If you got kids and you bring your kids there, that's understandable. But if you're a grown adult just going to Disneyland,
you have no business there. You got no business.
They should be at the front gate, okay. And how many kids?
They're checking. They're checking ID the other way around.
You're too old, big dog. Go home. Go. I can tell you funny. It's go start a family. What other thing? You know what community was crazy? And they had the convention in Seacawkers a couple years back. Do you guys know what a brony is?
A brony?
A brony is these grown-ass men also that are obsessed with My Little Pony. Oh, fucking... Dude.
How do you know about this event?
Dude, I'm one of them on the cover. Nah, yo, all jokes. They made, I think it was a Netflix documentary or HBO docuseries. Bro, these guys are just obsessed with the fucking cartoon. And you see them, think of your average
guy that never gets laid.
War of Warlaw kind of player type of person.
Bro, we need to bring back. We need to bring back mental asylums ASAP. These people should not be walking around with the
he goes, your typical World of Warcraft player.
My man, I'm seeing, and dude, these guys are getting fucking dressed up. I'm like, mamma mia.
All right, yo, listen, hold on, bro. Listen, we're going all over the place. We're bouncing around a little bit too much.
Yeah, we kind of win that segue.
Let's talk about the White House card again real quick because I just
we started with UFC. We'll wrap it up with UFC.
Yeah. I think this is going to be a lot of people were talking shit about the White House event. I think this is going to be a savage event. If you look at the list of names, for any UFC card, this is sick.
It's stacked.
Superstars all around.
The only thing that's stopping this fight is either a terrorist attack or lightning. If it's pouring rain, they're fighting in the rain. If whatever else happens, they're fighting regardless.
I just think it's unfair though, because as a fan, you're not going to be able to watch it live. They already said it. There's only 300 exclusive.
It's all invite only. It's all invite only. Not for
it's invite only, but
I don't give a shit. I'll enjoy that.
What do you expect? Yeah. But they're also going to have 80,000 people watching it from the park.
From the park, yeah.
Bro, I don't give a shit. I'll enjoy it. I
would go to that.
Let's go to DC. Yeah.
The only reason that I'm hesitant about going about it, and realistically, the White House card. everyone's going to be there. If any country, and we all know what country wants to hurt America,
that would be the place to do it,
dude. That's a very dangerous place. I understand that we're going to have security up the wazoo for it, but think about it. If Trump can be in a hotel having an event,
saw that too,
somebody
right?
can penetrate the security and get all that far. This guy's was in the hotel for a couple of days with a gun. You're telling me that nobody, like, there's no metal detectors, no cameras or anything days up until the president's about to be there? Like, dude, there's some major security flaws. So when you want to talk about 80,000 people sitting in a park and then all the highest level people in government, military, everything, all sitting there watching the UFC fights, dude, this is going to be a nightmare.
I agree.
Security is going to have to be insane.
Yeah, they're going to have to pat you down left and right. They got to do some. And the good thing, I know we talked about it very briefly, but I think even with what Palantir is doing now, though, bro, I think that all that shit's going to be on full go that night. Like, they're going to be scanning your face. They'll know what you did even before you got there. They'll
know what you ate for breakfast. All that shit.
All that shit. Yeah. No, because it's going to be.
Dude, you want to talk about Palantir and all these other like security surveillance companies, dude. What do you think they're building all these data centers for? You really think this is all just for AI stuff? No, dude, this is for processing massive amounts of video data. If you've driven on Route 3 in New Jersey lately, you've probably noticed every couple hundred feet, there's giant cameras, there's radar systems now.
Yeah.
Bro, every single thing you do in this country, this is going to be the United States of surveillance.
It's going to
every single thing you do.
That's going to hit. That's going to hit. And I'll tell you what, dude, you're on the money because even when you get back to America from overseas, remember how like back in the day you'd see someone, they'd look at your passport, give you a stamp? No, that's a thing of the past. Now you go back, you look into a screen, it scans your face, and within 3 seconds, it's like, boom, go.
But let's be honest, and I want to get two sides of the coin here before we wrap this up. Look at a country like Japan. They've been doing this shit for years, and they're a thriving society as it is right now. So on one end, yes, I do agree. We are the land of the free and being over-monitored and everything like that, even though all of our information's out.
I don't know. I just feel like
But Japan's been doing it. They have a social credit score.
Yeah, but they also have a totally different population of people. Like if you go to a restaurant in Japan, you don't hear the kids talking. They're like soldiers. If you go in America, they're climbing on top of the table. All this stuff.
I mean, dude, that's why our illustration of a typical American is pretty dead on. It's someone that's overweight, loud, obnoxious. Like, there's really no way to really paint a good picture. I think
that most people are kind of on the same page where, like, we don't want to be on camera everything we do. And when you want to talk about, like, okay, how much data could they really be processing? What are all these videos recording? I don't know if you guys saw where Microsoft made a deal with the government lately where they're teaming up to, like, literally... So all the satellites like that are literally recording Earth constantly. Yeah. They need these data centers because they're going to be able to go back on time, review videos. So let's say there's a murder at whatever 100%. Street. Like let's say middle of nowhere, Utah or something like that. There's a murder. They will go to when that murder happened. They'll be able to watch it live from the satellites, track the car. Where did that car come from? Boom, it came from this house. Yeah. This guy's suspect number 1. Like before you know it, every single crime that's committed, they will be solving everything.
Even today.
How far are they going to take it? They're going to watch us do everything
at all times.
There's no privacy.
There's no privacy. No. And I think that's where the gray area is going to start existing. But I mean, even as simple as our phones now, man. Like I'll be like Virginia. Next thing you know, I get an ad to go to Virginia.
Plane tickets to Virginia.
Yeah. Literally, my shit's gonna pop up right now. No, everything's listening. We're already being monitored. I think the only thing is that here's where I'll end with that point. We might already be in that scenario. It's just not publicized. Because, dude, there's so many conversations where people's phones back in the day were getting tapped. Our cell phones can get immediately compromised and taken over. I'm sure there's software already out there that could do that.
Snowden warned us about it, like 15, 20 years ago?
Yeah, that was the whole thing.
It's like, imagine how much more advanced it is by now.
We're pretty much already in it, but to your point, it's just going to get more sophisticated.
Well, now they're building the systems to process all that data. So before, they might have been collecting it all. Yeah. But if you didn't have a person, like, they would have to assign a person to go, like actually follow this person or listen to all the stuff they're doing or whatever.
Now it's all AI.
Now you have AI processing
picking
all
up
that.
On words, picking up on filters.
What is it, 3 or 4 times the size of Manhattan?
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, when they're building something like that, dude, they're gonna be able to process every single conversation, every text message you send to your friend. Like you won't even be able to fuck around with your friends on a text message with the FBI showing up.
People, even in Britain right now, people are already going to jail for freaking making memes, man. It's already done, so
I just hope that this country doesn't lose its core values.
Yeah, I mean, we're already falling apart.
Yeah, I feel like we're already falling apart.
It's going to sound really fucked up, and we might need to cut this thing off, but I remember someone made this comment. It's like, it's such a double-edged sword what I'm about to say, but it's like people sometimes even feel like we need something bad to happen again, like a terrorist attack or something to reunite us again. Yep. Because when 9/11 happened, and there was a ton of victims for that, it didn't matter who the fuck you were, whatever, everyone stood behind that, and they're like, dude, Like,
we're all American.
We're all American. Like we all got to be there for each other.
Yeah, well, I hope something like that doesn't happen.
No, we don't need that. I hope can it work its differences out. Yeah.
We talked about it before, but like the whole left versus right thing, like this is all just facade. Like this is all bullshit.
Yeah, it's all bullshit. Yeah. Real, like no one makes sense on either side. I think that's why I think I heard it more recently. I'm more politically independent at this point. You know, I
down the middle.
Like, down the middle. I think everybody makes a point, and people are like, "Oh, you got to commit to something." It's like, dude, fuck off. Like
I feel like nowadays, whenever I meet someone that's too much on one side, it doesn't matter which one, it just kind of like gives off like a red flag. Yeah, but listen, we left the audience with a lot to think about tonight. Make sure you guys show love and smash the subscribe button. One thing I do want to ask you boys as we wrap up, one last real quick question.
Yeah.
What are the chances at the White House event Chandler calls out McGregor again?
He's been doing it for 3 years, man. I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it, man.
I hate to say it, but I think Chandler's got to give up on McGregor fight.